Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week we're going to talk a little bit about my stash ads for December. Been a hectic month, I'm sure, like everyone else. Mine was very, very busy, visiting family and friends, and having a good old time, and really enjoying the holidays. And I hope you guys did too. It was a great Christmas with my boy and everything, and a family and hanging out with a number of people. And I did get a little bit of time to model, which you've kind of seen some of the finished ones. But I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on any in the last week or so. That's been kind of tough because of the new year and some of the other things I got going on. But I squeeze them in whenever I can. But so I hope you guys had a great holiday. And when it comes to what I picked up for my stash in December, now I tell my family and my friends don't bother getting me any model kits or anything, or because I tend to get whatever I can, and am on a waiting list, and it's kind of what this stuff is. Now a lot of this came from my sponsor, Hobby Nut Models, of course, and he's getting them in stock at his place, and I was on the waiting list as well, and he knew what I wanted and everything, so that's what all of these are. This is one of them here, and good chunk of them, because I had a whole bunch on order, but with all the delays and everything, they finally got them out and into the stores, and it takes him a little longer. Plus, he's pretty far from me, so it takes a little longer in shipment to get to me as well. But this is one of them, the 70 Dodge Charger RT, which I have one or two of the pink ones. I'll probably do a little bit more of an update on this particular one. Really no real changes to the kit other than the decals. But I got the pink version, box art. I have not built that one, and I do plan to build them. So we'll see. One of these will get a Hemi, and the other one will probably just get a 440 or 446 pack. Probably just a 440. But, we'll see. Time will tell, but it's whenever I get to it. Next up, of course, is this one. It's a re-release, one of the rare ones from Model King and Mobius, as it came out once before, like 5 years ago, and it got really hard to get. But now, I'm able to get my hands on one, which I'm very thankful for, because this is a pretty cool car. Plus, it has the 427 single overhead camera engine, which I'm real interested in doing that. And it's just real pretty decals and everything on this Arnie Beswick car here, which he used to race for Pontiac until GM pulled the sheets out from under him during the ban of '63, when they told him, nope, sorry. So this is his car. But, I want to build it. I'll build it right out of the box stock, just to have a little bit of fun with it. But I haven't built a camera, not in a very long time. I remember the AMT 68 Shelby came with one in it, and I played with that. But anyway, this is another one that I'll build and just out of the box and have some fun with it. Another one in that order was this one. This is the 2013 Camaro ZL1. Hobby Nut Models had this one in stock. It's an older issue from 2015, but I think it's been in circulation for a while. But one of the things with this kit, I built one and I really enjoyed it. And one of the things that kind of made me a little bit nervous about this kit is it's got the big wheels and the custom hood. But I did open it and check it out just to make sure. But I had heard after a while that this does come with all the stock parts as well. So you get the stock wheels and tires, and the stock hood and decals too. Because I like the stock version of the ZL1, the 2013. Just to me, it's just a real cool car. But I'll build this, stock that way. And even though this is kind of a snap kit, skill level 4, it's got a motor in there and everything. So it's not hard to build. It's just, in between. It's just kind of funny that it's a skill level 4. But it's kind of a snap kit, glue kit, paint kit. So it's kind of in between, but it's still a good kit. Of course, I had to get one of these, being a huge Shelby fan, but not just one. I got two. But, I wanted to see what's different, do a little bit comparing with them. And but my main thing that got me really excited about it was I opened it up, checked it all out, and I had to see the new spoiler. I'm already kind of getting a little bit started on this one. But it has the decals in blue. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, I already know exactly what combo I'm going for. Because the blue stripes were only available on the white cars, and they also had a blue pastel color, really light blue, kind of a powder blue. Don't really like that color, but those are the two colors that came with the blue stripes. But they did make 3 GT500 coupes in 1970 that were white with the blue stripes and the dark red interior. Interiors were only available in dark red, white, or black in 69 and 70 coupes. Convertibles did not get the red interior, just black and white. So once I saw those blue stripes, I knew exactly which color combo I'm going for with this one. So, and I already have the 65 Shelby plan to build. Plus, I had read about another one that was kind of a really rare one. There was one 69 Shelby GT350 that was built that they put the Boss 302 engine in, and it still survived to this day. So there's another possibility with this kit. Another one that Hobby Nut Models had in stock that I had to pick up was this one right here. The Lamborghini Miura P400 SV. Looking forward to building this one. Be kind of fun. I've only built one Miura of the big one. It's funny. I grew up really loving Lamborghinis, but I find myself more and more reading about Ferraris and their history. And, I know a bit about Lamborghini's history, so it's just kind of funny. But, there's a lot more model kits of Ferraris that interest me. There's some Lamborghinis I'd like to see, but not too many of them are in kit form. But the Countach is one of my favorites, of course, and I love this Miura. But this one will get built. Another one from Hobby Nut Models was this one. Now, I'm not really the biggest Porsche guy. I like the vintage Porsches and some of that stuff and the 911s. But I kept hearing all the hype about this kit. I'm not, too big into the race cars or the modern race cars. But that got me real curious. So I went ahead and went and ordered this kit as well. No idea how I'll build it, when I'll build it. I'm sure it'll be box stock, but whatever color combo I decide to pick or whatnot. But this will be one that, when I get the itch to build something really different, this would probably be it. And the last one I got from Hobby Nut Models right here. The Mobius Models 72 Ford F350 4x4 tow truck. This one looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't built a tow truck before, but, it really seems like it's going to be a very interesting truck or build. And I've been picking up a lot of the Mobius trucks. As the kits, they just really look great. I've been hearing some great things about them. So I picked up a lot of them, and, a lot of the Fords, so, especially the early 60s Fords. I thought those were really cool. But so I went ahead and picked this one up as well. Now, also from Hobby Nut Models, I got a few supplies. I used a lot of this micro saw with my decals. Was running really low, but he does offer that. And then he also has these AK metallic paints. These ones are enamel. I'm going to get these and give these a try just to see how they work on the exhaust. This is burnt pale metal, and this is blue metallic. So I'm going to play with these a little bit and see what happens with them. And this one's gunmetal. Just kind of, give those a try and see what those are like. And while I was at it, I also picked up a couple more of the AK paintbrushes. This is the 5.0 round and then the 3.0 round. So some really fine tips there. So kind of wearing some of my other ones out here. So I'll give these a try. And then one of the last things I saw on his site talking about Lamborghinis is this Quinta Studios detail set, this interior 3D decals. It's for an Oshima kit. I think that's how you say that. I'm not really sure. But I actually have one of those kits. And it's like these 3D printed decals. And I thought that were really interesting. So I figured, you know what? I'll order these and give these a try. He had them in stock, so he sent them right away. So kind of an interesting set, but, I'm going to see how they go. Not sure when I'm going to get to that particular one, but give that a try. And then my last three, spoiling myself, was went ahead and picked this one up off of eBay. Just kind of been watching, and this one popped up at a good price, and I decided I was going to look it over. I have the older kit, but this version, I understand, has better decals, and my decals were kind of messed up. So I was looking at this one, looking for the decal sheet that's in here. So I was keeping my eyes open, and this one came up, and it was a nice price. A lot of people are asking 50 or more. And so this seller had it at a price that I was willing to pay. So I went ahead and got it. So it was under $50 shipped to me. So I was pretty happy about that. It's more like 42 bucks. But got the decals. It's got some plain tires instead of the leather tires that the older kit has. But it's also molded in white. So I'll pick and choose the parts that I want to use out of both kits. And this one didn't seem warped at all. The other one seemed good too. But definitely use the older tires and the newer decals between the two kits to make the one, the best version of it that I can. Second to last was another eBay one. Now this one, it's kind of funny. I was just kind of looking for these wheels, really. I had read that the 93 Cobra R, it used the 94 GT wheels basically ahead of time. They're 5 lug, and I was reading about some of the differences between the Cobra R and the regular 93 Cobra. So I picked this kit up on eBay, just kind of watching for it. There was a builder that was there with some wheels and some parts kits, but this particular kit, $15 shipped, so it was under $25, which is about what they were asking. And this one's still sealed. So, and it's kind of funny because it's got that Kmart price tag of $7.97, which is, a lot for. That's what it was at the time when I was buying these back, and I was just really. That was in high school, and I was kind of getting out of modeling a little bit of the time because by then I had just gotten out of high school. I had a full-time job, so wasn't really buying models. But yeah, I was making $4.25 an hour. So there's almost 2 hours worth of work to buy a kit like this. Now that minimum wage is, $15 in some states. I'm not sure what it is here in Arizona. It was 12 something, but in January it went up again. Not sure what it's at right now, but there's a lot of areas that are $15 an hour, or maybe a little bit more. Some jobs are even more than that. But so it's kind of fun to think about that stuff. And kits are now $40 MSRP, so two and a half, 2 hours to 3 hours of labor to buy a kit versus back then it was under 2 hours of labor between the two. So kind of funny, but that's kind of how inflation's kind of worked. But it's just another one that I grabbed. And this last one, I kind of spoiled myself on. I really like the Ferrari F40. I like the original car, and then this is kind of an LM race car, but it's also a Liberty Walk wide body. But it's a very interesting kit, and it's a resin kit, and it's got all these liveries in there as far as the decals go. So there's a ton of options as far as how to build it, and it was kind of interesting. So it piqued my interest. There's a few people on Facebook that were jumping on it, and so I started asking questions, and I got kind of interested. So I decided I was going to splurge a little bit on this one as well, and no idea what color I'll end up making this one. I got some other resin ones to do before this one, but this one really got my attention, so I decided I was gonna spoil myself a little bit and go for this one. So I did it on this particular one, and it took a little while to ship, but I bought it to pretty much at the end of November, but it took a couple weeks to come in from China, but pretty happy with it. So we'll see what whenever I get to this one and how it ends up turning out. But I'll be watching other people's builds of this just to see what they build and how they do it. Well, that ought to complete it for today's episode. But these are the two that I'm most excited about as far as getting started in building, even though they're both going to be white cars. This one will be right out of the box. And I told you how I was going to build this one. And I also have a 69 Boss 302 that I'm also doing in white as well. So there'll be a few white ones that'll be coming around the corner and everything, but these are the two that I'm most excited about in this particular grouping. But I figure you guys, I'll share them with you and see what your guys' thoughts are, and if you picked up any of these kits, and if you got any particular configurations or ideas on how you would build them, because I'm open to ideas as well. But you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and thank you to my sponsor, Hobby Nut Models. It was definitely a Christmas from him as he got all these kits in, and I splurged a little bit on them. But that's part of the fun, and you know, one of the benefits of, you know, creating this channel and doing this stuff for you. So, you know, kind of enjoying that as well. So you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and Happy New Year and everything. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.